asking you for is when you come into office, you give me 2 new barrels. 2 new barrels because the first drum in the barrel leaking. But that was the aspiration of people in this constituency. Today, the same lady have water 24 hours a day. Talparo 24 hours a day. Mondo Nevo, Mamuel, Las Lomas, Arena, throughout the whole constituency, we have pipe-borne water 24 hours a day. That is the legacy the PNM should have left, but that is the legacy of Jairam Seemungal. That is what I want to leave here for the people. Aspiration, things that they supposed to have gotten naturally. That is what they deserving of being people residing in Trinidad and Tobago. PNM spend all the money in Port of Spain and they still have fixed it well. And they're complaining about the rural work that we are doing. You hear one of them say just here that they could be concentrating on all the rural communities and we're forgetting about Port of Spain. Because Port of Spain get fixed. It's the people in Mondo Nuevo, in Tamana, in Brazil Arena, in Mamural, they are not get fixed. And that is what we are here for. This government is about fixing every single citizen in Trinidad and Tobago. My brothers and sisters, this school that we are sitting here and we are enjoying, in the thousands of you who are here. Now mind you, I said that we are only putting out 1,500 chairs, and we did it. And the amount of people that are here this afternoon, give yourself a round of applause. Give us a UNC welcome. This very school that we are sitting here tonight and enjoying this wonderful show by the People's Partnership, this school was built under the watchful eyes of your Prime Minister when she was Minister of Education. You remember that? And you remember what the PNM is to say? And they said it in Parliament on several occasions that we are billions, they were building schools in the jungle for Duen and Parat. Remember that? That is the mindset of the People's National Movement. That is how they treat people out of on the rural communities. That is their thinking. That is the legacy that they would have left over the years. Today we are sitting here enjoying thousands of students would have come through here, and every single child from Form 1 to Form 5 have a laptop. Every single child have a laptop today. Over 96,000 laptops distributed by this government. The Minister of Education is here. We built 3 preschools, 2 in Horquetta and 1 in Wallafield, and we are going to build 1 in Brazil. We are going to build 1 in Talparo. We are going to build 1 in Las Lomas. Throughout the whole constituency, we are going to put this preschool. You know why? Because your government, the Prime Minister of this government, said education comes first. You start very small. You start with them on infants when they are now learning to walk and read. You bring them and you put them in school with proper education, so they wouldn't have to come in offices when they are 18 and looking for any URP and CPEP work. They will be well educated and they will be employable so that they can go out in the world, they can go out in the fields and look for the jobs that we have available. My brothers and sisters, the PNM government is a wicked one. They are wicked government. Every single time they're in office, they look to take advantage of poor people. You all remember the Wallafield farmers who are here. You all will remember in 2008, 2009, and before May of 2010, they wanted to evict every single one of you. Noel Garcia came down there in Wallafield. Barbara, you all remember. And they held meeting to throw out every single farmer because they want to pass a road through your land, through where you are farming. And these were farmers, not ordinary farmers. These were farmers who rear cattle. And you all know the cost of a cow. And to bring that cow up will cost you all $30,000. It will take you some 20 years before you can make back the money on the cow. And they made them sell every single animal out cheap and bullying them to get out. You know why? Because they want to pass. They have plenty traffic jam in Valencia Junction and they don't know what to do. You see the incompetence of that PNM administration. Today, the farmers are there. They are getting leases for their land. We have started that already. They have started getting their lease renewed. But more importantly, More importantly, under this government, we now have a bypass in Valencia Junction. It's taking you 2 minutes now to reach from one end of Valencia to the other end. Them fellas couldn't do that. They decided to throw out all the farmers and them. And they bold-faced on top of that, you know. They said if they ever return in government, they're going and start back them projects and them. They said they spent $500 million on the rapid rail. And if they come back in government, they're going and bring it back. They said they're going to bring back the same property tax which we asked them for in 2010. Be very careful. Be very careful. I don't tell my farmers already, we're not planting no coffee in this constituency. We're only drinking cocoa in this constituency. And I'm sending a message to the women. You know, in the last election, you all listened to me. The last election, I said, you take charge. Well, I'm sending you a message right now, from now to after the election bell ring and the election call, you take charge. We still have a woman prime minister. You must take charge. Take charge of the household. Take charge of the husband and everybody else. And let them know it will have no more coffee between now and election. After election, we got to think about that, but nothing now. So when they come around, tell them no coffee for you. Yeah, Ms. Ramsing? No coffee. My brothers and sisters, you all would remember what they did to squatters. We all remember what they did to squatters in this country in 2010. The same land settlement agency which I manage now, under the PNM administration with a PNM board and PNM management, used to go 4 morning before the cock could crow. They used to come down and break down your house and put you outside, women and children and everybody in the road. That is how they treat people, you know. Be very careful. We have over 60,000 squatters, and they don't telling me already that I only taken for squatters. It's not because I taken for squatters. It's because squatters are people too. They have children. They have babies. They need somewhere to live. You all remember it is your prime minister. It is your prime minister in 2009 went to court to put a stop to that type of demolition and that type of behavior of the People's National Movement, you know. She went to court and represented 199 squatters, and the court ruled that the same land settlement agency who is doing very well today, the same land settlement agency was acting outside of the law. And it's because they have the amount of incompetent people they put into office whenever they are there, they can't even understand the left hand from the right hand and what the left foot doing and what the right foot doing. That is how PNM operate. And today, they will come back this year and ask you for your vote, you know. They will come back and ask you for your vote. But my brothers and sisters, I will tell you what I tell them just now. Since the year 2000, when the State Land Regularization of Tenure Act came into effect, that is the act that gives protection to squatters and give them some form of comfort, a certificate of comfort and other things that they could have gotten. That is the protection that they required. When the PNM government came in office, they knew not what to do. In their whole 7 years, they gave out less than 1,000 certificate of comfort. Today, we have over 7,500 certificate of comfort to squatters in this country. Let them go and report that. Put it on the papers, I don't mind. Because you know why? Every single election, the PNM administration is to use squatters like football. Brent Santos is here, he will tell you how bad it is on the football field. They used to use them like a football field. Go and promise them every single thing under the sun. And when election, after election and in office, they kick them in the goal. That is how the PNM operate. My brothers and sisters, we have started the squatter regularization program. And some 60,000 persons will benefit under that program. And when we return in office in 2015, we will be continuing that program so that all in this constituency will benefit as well. The whole of Wallerfield in my constituency, who don't know, half of Wallerfield, Moonan Road, they have squatters. In Brazil, half of Brazil is squatters. They are all my constituents, and Talparo, Mondo Nuevo, all over. And when they come to me crying, some of them 30, 40, 50 years on the land, and the PNM knew not what to do. My brothers and sisters, it is your Prime Minister who have given the mandate and the instruction that to treat every single citizen of this country with equal rights. You all would recall as well that prior to 2010, all my constituents from Horquetta who are here, you will recall prior to 2010, the place was like a war zone. Everybody afraid to come in Horquetta. They branded Horquetta as a hotspot, and a real bad hotspot, because every single day they're making the news in Horquetta. If it's not a killing, if somebody shoot somebody or some thieving or something are going on down there. And today, just 3 years later, 4 years later, you could come outside of your house and you could walk the streets. You could shake your neighbor hand any hour in the night because the police is there right through. We have cleaned up the entire area, and all of the people in Horquetta can live and ease and rest. They can rest in peace at night. The report from the San Rafael police station is that for the last 3 months, they have not had one reported crime in the San Rafael police station. And why is that so? It's because of the amount of community activities that we have going on in this constituency. They are what the Prime Minister have put in place in terms of national security to protect all of you. And it's not only happening here. Every single constituency you will go in, you will hear what is happening throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad. For the first time, crime is going down in this country. So we are not only taking care of the poor, we are also taking care of the most vulnerable. We are taking care of every single citizen in this country to make sure that every single person have an equal opportunity and an equal place. That is what you are reporting us for. I'll tell you another thing though. When the PNM office closed down here, when the PNM administration closed down Caroni, and they had all these workers out and knew not what to get, they offered them lands. They offered them lands in return for their service. And they had what you call agriculture visa and residential visa plan. But none of the lands could have been distributed because of the poor infrastructure and the poor contractors they put to develop these lands. Today, under the PNM administration, you know how much lease was given out for the 7 years they were in office? They gave out 23 agricultural lease. They gave out 184 agricultural lease and 23 residential lease. Today we have given out over 5,000 agricultural lease, and we have moved to near to 3,000 of the residential. And by May of this year, we'll be giving out close to 6,000 of the residential lease in the county lands. My brothers and sisters, in this constituency, having been the most neglected for years, we have transformed this constituency into one that all of us can love and live together. When you see the amount of development that have taken place in this constituency in 4 years, it took the PNM 50 years, and they did very close to what we have going on right now. When you see the amount of people that have benefited under this government, it took the PNM administration 50 years, and they could not have delivered. Every single constituency, every single town, every single village throughout the entire country have benefited under this government. And the PNM government, with their own propaganda machinery, would let you know that we're not doing nothing. With their own propaganda machinery, would come in here and tell you what they can do better. But I want to tell you, the election will be 2015. Constitutionally, we will have election this year. And you all know me since 2010. I have never showed a bad face to anybody. Every single person came into my office after 2010 election, whether you voted for the PNM, anybody else. You got an equal hearing in my office and you were treated with equity. When you see the fella Maxi Coffee coming along, when he come along, don't show him no bad face now. Don't show him no bad face. Listen to what you have to say. But if he's talking foolishness, put him in his place, yeah? But don't show him any bad face. Let him feel welcome as a member of the family. You see, he trailing me all over. We was in Horquetta, he come down there. We went to the Parang, they had to put him out and thing. I wasn't there. He went to the Parang, storming the people, VIP section, they throw him out. I went to a week, he come after sharing pizza and thing. Guys, okay. I mean, he's learning from the best. My brothers and sisters, this election here is a very critical one for all of us. We will be facing one of the biggest challenges that your government have ever faced in its entire history as a UNC party. This election 2015 will be the one that will return your Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa as the Prime Minister for the next 5 years. We will be taking this country into, they say the PNM saying first world status. Every time they come, 2020, 2030, 2040, I think they're now going to 2050. We will do all of that in the next 5 years. My brothers and sisters, long live the United National Congress! Long live the United National Congress! Long live Kamla Prasad Bisesa! I thank you.
And there you heard from the Horquetta Talparo, Member of Parliament, Jairam Seemungal. He's also the Minister of Land and Marine Resources, speaking at